Hi, welcome to KillV. I'm V.
Yo, my name is Dees.
So let's gather around, my dear gamers and gamerettes. You know, over here it doesn't matter if you're a console or PC or a mobile. Well, a little tense with that last one. But anyway, everyone is welcome to tag along the memory lane right here today on KillV. I would like to talk with you about the different video game genres. You know, there's a absolute metric shit ton of these beasts over there. So let's just check out a couple of them, and I'll bring up some my personal favorites and notable mentions. Oh, perhaps you're not even a gamer or a gamerette, you know? So maybe today you'll see something that really scratches that itch, and perhaps you'll find yourself among us. Anyway, so the first one I would like to talk about is action. Of course, there's absolutely so many action games out there. For example, I actually think most AAA games are action. It has it somewhere there in the name, you know, action RPG or action adventure game, some stuff like that. But we'll get to them. Adventure. I really like when the game is open world. This really involves the real life adventure. The best example of a good open world game is probably gonna be Breath of the Wild, baby. This game is f***ing amazing. If you've never played it, I recommend you pick up a Switch and play this bad boy. The second part is coming out soon. It's gonna be wild, but man, this one, it's really some. There are also different type of adventure games. It's not specifically needs to be an open world game. Also, there are a bunch of point and click games where you actually take your mouse and you go in and click on stuff. They're more OG games, you know, from back in the 90s or early 2000s. They were really popular. One game in particular that really sticks out to me is called Nancy Drew. I'm pretty sure there were like several installments there, but it was kind of like a detective adventure game looking for clues and killers and stuff like that. Oh, Pajama Sam was pretty dope as well. Man, they need to remaster this bad boy. I'm off to the next section, which is probably my favorite, the RPG and MMO genre. I would like to separate them somehow though, because I feel like single player RPGs are really one beast and MMOs are completely different, even though a lot of mechanics are kind of similar. Yeah, not the rocket. I wrote for myself a rocket launcher joke, but I'm not gonna do it, I assure you. It's old and everyone already done it before me, so I'll let it slide. What they do have in common, however, is that you start the game by creating your character model, your alter ego in a virtual world.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Which is fire. I actually love customizing characters in video games. And I think most of the games actually should have them. The ones that don't, it's already probably a negative point for me. But anyway, in MMOs you usually get to choose classes as well, from rogue, warrior, mage, something else, engineer. Okay, I'm kidding. Maybe some, you know. So the same in role-playing games of single-player type. Another really cool feature regarding those types of games, that your protagonist usually has some say in how the story culminates and progresses, which is awesome. Absolutely, the player choice, I think it's a must in games nowadays. Obviously not for all genres, you know, but if a studio is cooking up something really good, you know, for example, a legendary RPG saga is Mass Effect.
Report to the ship as soon as possible. We're paying, okay?
I just recently played the Legendary Edition, and oh boy, was I in for a treat. Perhaps one day I'll make a separate video on this trilogy, you know, if I survive. But yeah, those games, excuse me, are absolutely gorgeous, pristine, splendid. Definitely recommend. And the whole idea of that type of RPG is that you make certain choices at certain parts of the game, and they would affect and kind of do that butterfly effect later on in games. Perhaps the choice you made in the first one would actually come back to you and bite you in the ass in the third one. That actually happened to me, you know. Renegade boys, where you at? Okay, Barcon is actually better. I won't spoil the ending or anything, but sometimes when companies include those type of choices and tell you that they will affect the game, and you know, sometimes they don't really affect the game, so people get mad at that. Saved. But still, just the ability to make a choice in a game is already something superb, in my opinion.
Well done.
Another notable mentions in the RPG single-player genres are The Witcher, especially The Witcher 3. The Wild Hunt is wild, bro. This game is fantastic. Absolutely dope. I mean, look at the amount of awards it got. It's insane. CD Projekt really did a good one there. Sadly, the Cyberpunk 2077 came out slightly controversial.
Like, just look at this video.
Hola!
Let's be honest, the game is not bad. The designers did a fucking fantastic job on it. Also, the world building and everything, the lore, the whole story, honestly, kept me on my toes from the beginning until the very end. I really like the side quests as well.
Skippy, seriously.
Increasing volume by 66%. Name.
I'm not deaf!
Not all of them, you know. RPGs love, and especially MMOs, fetch quests or fillers, you know, to extend your time in the game. But there were some very good notable quests. For example, these ones. I don't know if I'm actually gonna put anything there because I'm kind of lazy. Another one I have to include is Fallout, especially Fallout New Vegas. I think that one was really the magnum opus of Fallout games. Hopefully Obsidian really bounces back with some future projects. The Outer Worlds. Here, maybe. Like, yeah, there we go. The Outer Worlds is a pretty damn decent game. I wouldn't call it like on the same tier as Fallout New Vegas. This is definitely lower. But the DLC was fun, and hopefully part 2 is gonna come out soon, and it's gonna be pretty great. I really believe in this studio. Regarding Bethesda though, well, you can look up online, you know. Recently Bethesda haven't been doing so great. I mean, Fallout 76 alone.
Deformed you.
Oh man, that hand though.
What the
Damn, what a disaster, man. However, I've heard they have kind of patched it up a little bit, and it's more playable now and has more content than on launch. But it should be a proper crime to release a game like this on launch. I cannot forgive Bethesda for this. But I am looking for their future projects, like Morrowind is probably the coolest one so far. You know, my cousin's husband definitely gonna agree with that. I see you. I know you're there. Bethesda does have a chance for retribution, however, with its upcoming title, Starfield. Oh man. 25 years in making or something like this? I hope that game is gonna be superb. Otherwise, I'm completely lost for this company. But I'm just one person who gives a shit, right? Damn. I've never really been into MMOs myself. I know a lot of people who do like them. For example, League of Legends or Dota 2. Those games are very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very big. A lot of stuff to do in there. However, it just wasn't really a thing for me. I don't know. Perhaps, they're very time consuming.
And it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your pencils, and check this out.
Dota 2 is kind of different. I'm not sure even if it's completely an MMO. It's kind of like a competitive RPG type of thing. Hey, look, I'm not an expert, okay? Lay off, man. Jesus Christ. There are a lot of cool ones. There was one that that dude was playing. I'll put the video over here. It's actually a full series. I definitely recommend you to check it out. It was absolutely amazing to watch it and super fun indeed. Now we got to the meat and potatoes of the video. The shooter. FPS, as they call it. First-person shooter games have been probably the most sold games ever. You just have to say Call of Duty or Battlefield. And probably 8 people out of 10 in the room are gonna be like,
yeah, I know it. I've heard of it, you know?
And the other 2 are just blind or something. A lot of people would like to say that this type of game is their cup of tea. And I'll agree to extent, I'm more of a, as I said before, a single-player RPG gamer. But FPSs are always dope as well.
Alright.
There are different types as well, with different vibes. I'll definitely come back to that in the future. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, the main titans of this genre is Call of Duty, with a absolutely massive resume of games, and Battlefield, which is quite as impressive as well. There was always a war between the fanboys, between Call of Duty or Battlefield. Generally, I think Battlefield is a bit more cooler regarding all the destruction, big scale war, the conquest, that type of stuff. If you pick up a good squad and play with your friends, man, it's a good time to have. On the other hand, Call of Duty has given me some of the best memories in gaming I ever had. Back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, when the OG version came out, man, me and my boys from school were in this all day and all night. We had a clan called FAP, Force, Ability, Power. And we were good. We were really good. We were, a bunch of school kids just destroying, demolishing grown-ass man in this game. Make them cry. I like to listen to that. Good times, later they went in a kind of weird stage with a full-on futuristic type of stuff, which no one really asked for and no one really liked. I mean, they tried it once. I think they should have stopped there. Yikes. But yeah, let's put these two behind us. There are a bunch of amazing first-person shooter games. Doom Eternal. I say nothing else. There's nothing else to say. It's a 11 out of 10 game. Maybe a little diabolical.
Holy that was diabolical.
For some of you. It was definitely a lot to handle for me as well. It was just a lot of things happening at the same time. And I had it on a console, so... And with those sticks, man, you can't really do much. If you're on a PC and you have a good sensitivity going, you Gucci, my guy. But, for if you're on the controller, it takes you like 6 hours to do 180-degree rotation, what I'm saying? Just to turn back. Man, by the time you do this, you're already dead, my guy. So on PC, fantastic experience. On console, you know, if you like being beaten to death from all the sides by demons, have fun. I could not mention the legendary Half-Life series. Half-Life 3 confirmed? Dead meme, I know. Just shut up. Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 were both revolutionary games. You know, when the first one came out, it changed the idea of the first-person shooter.
Oh my. I've got to get out of here.
So was Doom, by the way. It was like the first FPS shooter. Shout out to the boys who made it. Half-Life was just insane with the Source engine that they made. Especially the second part. It was mind-boggling how the physics really worked there. I can't wait for the future when the VR is going to be more common and more easy to get, you know, very accessible. Man, me and the boys going to be on it. Trust me. Too bad I'm the only one left who actually still cares about video games. Yeah, adult life sucks. There are like a lot of games, and I know I'm missing a lot of them. I'm sorry, I don't have time to speak about everything. Some other notable mentions. Rust is pretty cool. Is Minecraft considered an FPS? But yeah, GoldenEye, incredible game. And the one I really like as well, I didn't really have much time to really evolve in it and progress in it, but it's fantastic. It's called Escape from Tarkov.
Who the fuck was that?
Alright.
Perhaps you've seen some of the vids from Aqua FPS, General Sam, Zicham, and others, you know, Pestily. I'm a big fan. And man, this game is fun. It's very, very punishing. Extremely punishing. You're gonna have a good time. But Counter-Strike had its peaks as well, and it's still one of the most played games worldwide, which says something for sure. The most recent one is Go, which is pretty damn old at this point, but still.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Let's move on to simulator games. Truck simulator games. Car simulator games. I don't know if all racing games are considered to be simulators. I guess. Well, I know Forza and Gran Turismo are very similar to real life, and they're cool. The graphics are really nice. If you're into cars, that's your thing, you know. Sports games, I think I'd put all the sports games into the simulator genre, because I don't really like sports games, to be honest. I mean, sports in general is... But if you like it, stay. Don't leave. Sit down. Okay. We're chill. We're cool. We're cool. We're speaking about games, alright? Good, good. So, all the FIFA games and NBA games, for me it was just never very entertaining, but for a lot of people it is. Especially the FIFA ones. Arma 3, baby. This game is mind-blowing. Man, they have vehicles, guns, you need to patch yourself up and stuff. Very milsim type of people play this game, who really want to roleplay as soldiers and
go on and say, Bravo to Alpha, Whiskey to X, we're going in, cover us with a chopper.
And then there's a fucking guy in a chopper coming in and starts blasting fools. Yeah, I guess you'd say Battlefield has those aspects as well, but in Arma, there are servers where people are very dedicated to their jobs. Check out Operator Drewski for those type of vids. Very entertaining. Very cool. Death Stranding. A Strand type game. Simulator of walking and delivering packages. One of my top tier, most favorite games ever. Sam Porter, my boy. Kojima, genius. Mortal Kombat. Fight 'em up, beat 'em up games. Mortal Kombat is very fun. I play it with my cousins every now and then, and man, this game is hilarious. If you don't know the combos, you're fucked. If you know the combos, you're fucked. And Super Smash Bros. Man, this game is pristine. If you have a Switch and, you know, a bunch of friends who are down with the Nintendo gimmick, this game is for you. It's a lot of fun, great atmosphere.
ruin your friendships.
In multiple. Then there are more of a slasher games. I don't know much about slasher games, that you kind of just slash and stuff. I'm not even sure if the game I'm about to mention is a slasher. I think it is. Maybe it's not, but it's a good game. Darksiders 2, where you play as the Grim Reaper, Death himself, baby. The first one was kind of meh. The third one was meh, in my humble opinion. Excuse me if I have hurt your feelings. I apologize. Yo, you cannot deny the second one's f***ing dope though. Alright? Yeah, let's move on. Strategy games. The first game that comes to mind is XCOM, which really blew up when it came out.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Kill aliens and stuff, and you do kind of like a chess moves. You click on the person and he moves a couple sets, you know, does the pew or something like that, and then he gets killed by another alien, and it's fun. Check it out. I mean, there are lots of other strategy games as well. Civilization, I guess it's a strategy game. This video is falling apart. The more sentences I say, the worse it gets. Yeah, just want to circle back to Dota 2, because I think it's kind of a strategy game as well. I mean, I had friends who were playing it and they were very serious about it. But yeah, you really have to strategize your movement in this game where you play with a team.
But so aren't shooters, V.
I guess you're right. I guess all games are strategy games then. I mean, Dota 2 got its own Netflix show. That's tight. That's fire. Let's be honest. The next strategy game, line of games I'd like to touch on in specific is Metal Gear Solid. If you want to fry your tiny little gamer brains with insane storytelling and fantastic acting, then this is the game series for you. Especially Metal Gear 5, the most recent one, Phantom Pain.
That thing flips.
Man, I don't think I actually still finished it, because it's a massive game. The other ones were great as well. There were ones where you move on tiles. There was even a PSP game, I think. These are not the greatest Metal Gear games out there. But that's all I have to show you. Man, this brings up nostalgia. That Acid one was pretty cool. I remember playing it with my dad. It was fun. But yeah, the newer installments are absolutely crazy. If you haven't played them yet, do yourself a favor and go ahead and pick one up. I'm pretty sure they're on sale now. However, stay away from Survive. That thing, it's not Metal Gear. We disowned it. I just realized that I could have been showing you some CD boxes that I have amassed over the time. You know, I don't have all of them here. I'm missing all of my Xbox ones. But yeah, kind of a missed opportunity. I'm not gonna redo the whole video just to show you some boxes. Pretty sure it's not that interesting anyway. Sandbox games. You know, Sandbox, where you can build whatever the f you want and destroy it and just create scenarios. This is pretty much these type of games. My favorite one of them all is Garry's Mod. If you haven't played Garry's Mod, you're missing out. That game was fantastic back in the day. I'm not sure if it still has a big player base, but it had a pretty massive one. Man, you're creating your own scenarios. Just download a bunch of mods, put them all together, make a little level or a mission out of it, you know? Just create like a sniper, zombie, outbreak, shooter type of thing. Or Stanley Parable. Those guys made a whole game out of it. Cool game. I wish I could show you some footage, but I won't. Platformers.
Oh, Nani?
Ah, it's a Mario. Italian man jump. Nintendo know what's good. Wait. This one is my favorite Mario game. Odyssey was a journey, my guy. I'm not very into the old ones, you know, the old school. Hey, stop throwing trash at me, man. Damn, chill. Jesus Christ. Nintendo never really was my thing. But then Animal Crossing came out, and I finally picked up the Mario game. And man,
Some good stuff.
Animal Crossing? I'm not even sure which genre it is. Let's debate it down in the comments. What do you say? I think it's a sandbox strategy RPG adventure simulator with animals and islands. The next one I would like to talk about are puzzle games. I'm afraid I don't have any Lara Croft CDs around here. But yeah, Lara Croft, I guess, is a puzzle game. Breath of the Wild, I mean, just Legend of Zelda games in general, they have a lot of puzzles in them. Next, minigames. I think they deserve their own spot on the list. The minigames in big video games, it's something special. You know, when you can do something else just to take your mind off from the main storyline or the grim world that you're in by doing something silly and stupid. So in Yakuza games, there are a lot of minigames, like you can go hit the bowling, you know, do some karaoke or something like this. It's actually a lot of fun, and the cutscenes you get, you can see the developers really have the attention to detail in there. They really put their heart and soul in those mini games. And what about Gwent from The Witcher 3? You know, it became a standalone game because it's that good. To be honest, I never really got into it. It's kind of like the same thing with Hearthstone for me. The card games, oof. I like them in real life, you know, the board games where you play with the homies or strangers. Hey, what about Artifact? You know, this Dota game? When everyone was waiting for Half-Life 3, they released a card game about Dota. Oh, Valve, please change. Go back to your roots. I know Steam gives you a lot of damn money, but come on. Just tickle our ball sacks a little bit, man. There are probably more games. Probably, I mean, yeah, for sure there are more games. And I haven't even mentioned all of the games that I wanted to. There are definitely a lot more video games I want to talk about. But I feel like this is enough for this video, you know? And it's been a really fun debut to do this whole thing. More time I spent on setting up the damn camera on my Nintendo Switch box. But yeah, anyway, if you liked the video, please drop a like. That would mean the world to me. And oh yeah, one more thing, one more genre I wanted to talk about is